ACM student team. Yeah, this is the PCCOE ACM student chapter, is one of the best student chapter in Pune. And every year, this group strive to increase the number of events organized by them. They organize various events for the students. Okay, they also won best student chapter runner up for 2 years and an international recognition for outstanding community service. So what do they do? There is a, I think, event, hours of code, right? So this has been introduced for more than 1 billion students in more than 180 countries to computer science. Okay, every year they conduct this week-long activity in which they visit various schools to introduce computer science to the young generation, and they impart and spread the knowledge of computer knowledge, modern web development in the computer field, and web development and its application. So today this team is with us to enlighten all our students about this event and about the program. Okay, so we all know that computer is and its application is the need of the hour, and this team is here. Arya Kastikar is our ex-students. He is here to mentor our his young buddies. So welcome Arya and team. Over to you, dear.
Am I audible? Palak, can you confirm?
Yes, you're audible. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for the introduction.
That was a lovely introduction of ours, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Can you share your screen?
Yes. One second. Apurva?
Yeah. So I would like to begin. So like ma'am told you about us, that we were founded in 2012, and we have conducting the activities from technical to non-technical. We have we conduct hackathons. We also do and for that we have been a runner-up for best student chapter for past 2 years, and also we have an international recognition. So without first wasting further time, I would like to introduce to my members. So can you show the member slide, Apurva? Okay, so today we have with us Palak, Apurva, webmasters, me myself, Amisha, social media head, Arya, from your ex-student of the school, who is right now in marketing and sponsorship cell, and Janvi Sinha, who is in ISR cell. So let's go over today's session. Next slide, Apurva. So what will we learn today? So first we'll start about giving an overview of programming. Then we'll be going to learn a cool Python application. Then we're going to get into the web development, and then we'll understand the difference between front end and back end. And last but not the least, we are going to build a fun website, and it will be a hands-off session. So that's what you should be waiting for. So now over to Arya.
Yeah, hello. Hope I'm audible.
Yes, Arya.
Yeah. Good morning to everyone present here. So
Good morning.
My name is Arya Kaslikar, and I'm from Pimpri Chinchwad College of Engineering. And as ma'am said that, yes, I am also passed out from GG International School. Just to start on that, I want to tell that we live in this glorious era of 21st century, where mankind is equipped with almost most advanced technology. And to be really competitive in this world, each of us needs to be upgraded with the most most sought after educational sectors. So one such educational sector in today's date is programming. So what is programming exactly? So programming nothing but it is a way to instruct the computer to perform various tasks. So it is a kind of process that the professionals use to write their code that instructs a computer software. So next slide, please. Yeah, thank you. So I want to emphasize on this term programming language. So to understand it better, just split it apart for a minute, programming and language. So what is programming? So programming is nothing, just as I said, it is a technique that professionals use to write a code. And what is language? Language is a term that we all are familiar with. So we use language to communicate with each other. लाइक अगर आप लोगों का फ्रेंड्स का ग्रुप है सो यू टॉक इन हिंदी और इंग्लिश, और स्कूल में हो तो इंग्लिश फॉलो करना पड़ता है. सो यू ऑल अंडरस्टैंड राइट, इंग्लिश में बात करना, हिंदी में बात करना. सो सिमिलर वे वी यूज दिस प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज टू मेक इट understand for the computer. So we have to maintain a certain protocol so that the computer can understand our language. So for this purpose we use the programming language. Next slide, please. Yeah. So I want to just explain this coding thing, like what is exactly coding in a single slide. So there is a problem statement and you use certain instructions using a programming language. You feed it to the computer and then execute a certain task. So in this you come across the word code. So code is nothing but a simple text that is fed to the computer and you run it and you then execute a task. So simple. This is all about coding if you have to really make it understand in a simple way. So next slide, please. Yeah. So after understanding these terms like programming language and everything and what is code. So I just want to explain in your short that how does this code really work. So there is a source code. So you can understand this source code as a simple file or a text file, probably an example of the notepad. So you write something on this notepad and then you want it to be executed. You really want that this simple text need to give you some result. So सिर्फ notepad पे लिखना is not enough. That you write something a plus b अगर आपने notepad पे लिख दिया, so this won't work. So you have to use some integration software or an environment where you can feed the source code so that it gets executed. So this source code is fed to the compiler. Compiler is nothing but a kind of translator. So we just spoke about the programming language. So what compiler does is that it takes the language, it performs some operation, internal operations, and then translates this code into machine code and then gives you a result in the form of assembly. And this is now saved to your computer as an .exe file. So this was all about how does a code work. It just follows 3 steps. The source code fed to the computer compiler, and then it gets assembled, and then you get the .exe, that is the executable file. So simple. Yeah. So just to end up this programming language thing, just I want to just tell why programming, why are we so emphasizing on this term programming, और इतना क्यों है important आज के date में. So programming is a language as of now is very important because it is a part of our daily life in some form. In the modern world, with the amount of problem and their complexity increasing day by several folds, this programming can be used as a tool to get solutions by carefully pushing those problems into a repetitive task to the computer so that it becomes easy for us as well as for the company that you're working to achieve the execution or achieving the automation. So this programming has various fields and wide fields. Some of these fields are machine learning and software development. And software development में तो like there is OS operating software जो होता है जो भी आप Windows देखते हो कंप्यूटर पे हर दिन. So that is a software. And in web development हर दिन you go into a website, there is a website. So ये website भी programming से develop होती है code लिख के. HTML, we use HTML, CSS, JavaScript, everything to develop a website. And there is a deeper field that is cybersecurity field. What the cybersecurity field is for mainly when you have, I will just give an example that when you have created a site, for example, a website has been created. So this website has to be secure. So कोई हैक ना कर दे, कोई डेटा लीक ना कर दे, या फिर कोई ऐसा चीज हो जाए जो फिर the user ko it can give problems. So for this we have to make it secure. So cybersecurity plays a major role in securing websites, and not just securing the website, it has ample of applications in the field. So at the moment, we just think we have to see that whatever fields that are there, they are extremely useful and are in much demand in today's date. So this takes me to our next topic of the presentation, and we will see about the much in demand language, which is Python. So I request Apurva to take over the presentation now. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Arya. So for the next part, I'll be explaining you about Python. So since all of you already know what Python is, we'll be looking at a cool demo of a Python project, which is you just seen what a machine learning is, a domain in programming. So we'll be looking at a demo of Python used in machine learning application. Let me just run the code while I explain you what the program is about. Is my screen visible?
Yes, visible.
So the program that we are going to see today, or the application that we are going to see today, is about a hand gesture recognition program. In this program, we'll teach our computer to recognize our hand gesture movements. Whatever hand gestures we are making, it will recognize it and it will show us the output that if I'm making this stop sign, it will show us that it is a stop sign. So let's see, it's almost done. Oh, I think we got some error.
Apurva, turn off your camera in the Zoom meeting.
Right. Okay, sorry. I just forgot about it. I think it will work properly now.
So using Python programming, even you all can learn how to build these cool models. For machine learning, there are many other applications like mask detection or helmet detection. So since you already have Python in your syllabus, I think you should really focus on it because Python has some really cool applications that you can build.
Yeah, the program is on. So you can see your machine is detecting your hand movements, and on the top left corner, it's showing stop. So this is our first hand gesture. If we do this is our fist. This is our thumbs up. Call me. Thumbs down. Peace. So yeah, how is it? Is it cool?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So you can do all this by using Python.
Ma'am,
Python has,
I
yes?
think so. This thing is used most in like if you see Huawei phones, what they do is in front they if you have to take a screenshot, you just you just close your hand and then open it. It will take a screenshot. I think so. It uses that rule only.
Yeah, that is
Uh,
also based on similar
yeah.
concept.
Yeah. In this, we are using machine
Absolutely right.
learning. Yeah. So our computer is now learned to like recognize our hand gesture movements, whatever we are doing. So these are some like this. There are some very cool applications to Python, and you can also learn them after you're after you got enough knowledge about Python. So after we saw this demo, we'll get into the next part of our session, that is web development. Okay, let me just present my screen. Yeah, so what is web development? You've seen plenty of websites till now, right? Like Amazon, Netflix, YouTube, like that. So the process where we create these websites and also manage them is what comes under web development domain. So you've seen many websites, right? Amazon, Netflix, YouTube, you all must have seen them. So how do we create these websites? There are like 3 basic building blocks for creating a website. Like first one is the structure by which we make a website. The second one is the design of the website, like the background colors, the fonts. And the third one is the interactivity of our website. So HTML, what is HTML is used for creating the structure of a website, like a basic skeleton of a website. So let me explain it to you by giving you an example. This is a website where we use only HTML. Like it is a plain structure. Like there is this heading, then this division, about me column, and my hobbies. So it looks very plain right now. There is no designing or nothing at all. So it doesn't look so good to your eyes, and you won't even like it. But what if I add some styling to this page, like giving it some background color and like making the font size a little bit bigger and adding some images to it? You will like it, right? So you can make this website into something like this just by adding a little bit styling. So for that we use CSS. CSS is the language to use for styling in our website. Like we aligned some images into it in a row, and we added a little bit of background color in this. We changed the font size, font color, and added a little image here. So this is all in CSS. So now coming to the third part. The third part is interactivity. So what is interactivity? Let me start by giving an example. So if you like add a button here in this project. Yes, I think we have a question. Yeah, Kshitij?
Yes, ma'am. So I wanted to ask that does image adding in HTML program, does image adding means to add a CSS program, means the CSS contains images?
You can add image in HTML and CSS as well. But you can
Okay.
style them in CSS. You can add in HTML, but you can style them using CSS. Like
For example, if you add this image initially, it will be square or a rectangle. So to make it circular, you will have to use CSS.
right.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, Arihant and Arush also have some doubt.
Yes, ma'am, can I speak?
Yeah.
Ma'am, is this like adding CSS to the website are cookies, right?
Mm,
The
I
website
don't.
says that we use cookies, so can you accept it like that?
No, cookies are a different concept. Cookies are used for like login credentials and all to save them. CSS is a part of the website. Okay, so it will be there. So you code CSS. Cookies are generated on the spot. Like if you sign up or login, that time cookies will be generated by the website or the web browser in the backend. Okay, CSS is a part of the front end.
Yeah, you
Okay,
you
ma'am.
just add the design there.
Okay, ma'am, thank you.
Yeah. So next question. I think Arush has some question.
I think that the images can be added without CSS. Can they be added without CSS?
Yes.
Yes.
It is. You can add it with the help of HTML. You just style it with the help of CSS. Like just like Palak said, initially they are circular. We made it. Initially they are like in square form. We changed them using CSS and made it circular. So this comes in CSS.
Ma'am, can you tell
Okay.
what CSS?
So yeah, it is. Yeah, Amisha.
So to brief you all, we are going to have a hands-on session how to build a website. We'll build the same exact replica of this website. So I think
Yeah.
like to add image and all your doubts will be clear by the end. So
Yeah.
hold on to that.
Yeah.
So,
And to
ma'am,
answer
when it will be?
at the end. At the end.
After this.
We'll give you
Yeah.
an introduction about web development and all, and after that we will get to the coding part. Okay.
Yes. And to answer your question, CSS is basically cascading style sheets. It's long form. It's basically used for styling, just as I mentioned.
So
And
HTML, CSS, JavaScript are all languages, like you are learning Python. So similarly, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are languages that are used in web development. Okay.
yeah. So I was talking about interactivity, right? So basically, if I add a button here, And if we click on the button and the background color changes. So this is what interactivity means. Like there is some working on the side after clicking a button. This is example of interactivity, and we can add interactivity to your page by using JavaScript. It is also backend language. It is used in web development. So now you've seen what are the building blocks for making a website. So now let's see what are the different types of websites. There are two types of websites, the static website and a dynamic website. So what is a static website? Static, by literal translation, it means fixed or without any motion. Like there is no backend to our website. All the contents are fixed. Like to give you an example, you've seen a visiting card, right? If you get a visiting card, all the contents are fixed. You can't change it. It's like a visiting card. And dynamic websites are like all the websites you see on the internet right now are all dynamic websites, like Netflix, Amazon, and YouTube. Dynamic basically means there is some changes in the contents. In static, all the contents are fixed, but in dynamic, there is a updation of the content. Like for Netflix, on regular basis, there is some new movies adding to the Netflix. So this is called dynamic. Yeah, I think we have some questions. Yeah, you can unmute and ask, Arihant.
What is the meaning of backend?
Yeah, we'll be getting to that. For now, we'll be clearing static and dynamic, and I'll explain to you what a backend and what a front end is. Any more questions on static and dynamic?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So static doesn't have processing. It only has input and output, whereas dynamic has processing.
Yeah, you can say that in static, there is only a fixed content. We won't update it. Like even if we are updating it, we are updating it manually. So there won't be any updation to static website. It is fixed website. I'll give you an example to clear your doubt. So let me give you an example.
Means we will need to change the code to update static website, but not change the code to update a
Ma'am,
dynamic
Microsoft
website.
PowerPoint.
Okay, who just said that we won't have to update the code for static, like we have to do it manually? That was absolutely correct. For a static website, when you write the HTML and CSS code, you will have to go to that code and you will have to update it. In dynamic website, you don't do updations in the code itself. You will have a backend, which we will be explaining in the next slide, what front end and backend is. So in dynamic website, you will change the backend. And when you change the backend, the website will change automatically. Okay. So in static, you will have to change it manually, whereas in dynamic website, when you change the backend, the front end will change. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You won't have to change it manually in dynamic websites. So just as I explained now, this is our portfolio website which we will be building in this session. So this is an example of static website. You can see everything is fixed here. If you want to change this about me section, there is no button to change it, right? Like if I click the about me section and this content will change. We have to update it manually by going to the code and replacing this part of text to something else. So this is the example of static website. Everything is fixed here. And to get to the dynamic website, this is an Amazon site. You know that whenever any festival come or anything, there are changes in the prices or new products gets launched on Amazon, right? So they won't, this is a big site, right? So they don't change it every day manually. There is some backend part and they gets the data from the backend part and this site changes. So this is the example of a dynamic site.
The
We won't
site
change.
The site gets changes automatically.
Yeah, it fetches the data from backend and it adds it here. Whenever a new data comes, it adds it here.
Static sites are those, like suppose if we Google something, so the site that shows up, like that gives information, so that are static sites because they don't change information, right?
It depends on the website. See, even on the browser, there may be some websites which are static and some are dynamic. It depends on what technology they are using. Okay. So if they are using technology with a backend, which we will be explaining, so if they use some database, like if they are storing the data somewhere, so those websites will be dynamic, okay? And websites which do not use these technologies will be static.
Okay.
So you guys all have a lot of doubts about backend and front end. So we'll be clearing this now. So just a second. So let's discuss what is front end and back end. Front end and back end are two aspects of a website. The front end part is basically the part where which user can see on the site. Like just you see in the Amazon site, whatever the buttons or the cards that you've seen on Amazon site are all considered in front end, which the user can see directly. And what the user can't see, this comes in backend. Like just you said that when we click on the button and some background process is happening, if there are some logic that is happening behind the site that we don't know of, it is in the backend. Like and on the Amazon site, it fetches the data and the content updates. We don't know what is happening in the backend of the site. It just updates its data by taking some information from the backend side and updates on the Amazon side. So this comes in the backend part. There is this data management in backend and changing the logic. Yeah, we have some questions.
I think that the troubleshooting should be in the front end, no?
No, troubleshooting is a part of backend. Here we like manage our code. If there are some issues, we change, we solve these errors. This all comes in troubleshooting and it happens in the backend part.
Okay, see, I'll give you an example. Sometimes what happens when you're trying to create an account on a new platform, it tells you that we cannot create an account. There was an error, right? So that was not an error in the front end. You could see the website properly. All the form, all the fields were there. But the issue was in the back end because you could not create an account. What happens when you create an account? It will take all your details and it will store the details somewhere, right? So the error happens in the storing part. You can see the website properly. The error is in the backend. So whatever troubleshooting part comes, that is a part of the backend.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we have more questions. You can unmute and ask.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Like if, as an example, you had told for Amazon. So like for
Yeah.
individual person, Amazon will be different. Like some people might take Prime or some people might not take Prime. So that is individually it changes through backend.
Yeah. So there is this concept of database. Whenever a user like creates an account on Amazon, right? So there is a separate part of that user on in the database. Like if you created an account on Amazon and you like searched for some items, like if you search for laptops or headphones, so Amazon has a logic in the backend that it shows the user according to his preferences. Like if you searched for like laptops or headphones, it shows the similar products, right? So there is a separate part for particular person in a database.
See, what you just asked, you remember we taught you about machine learning at the beginning. We showed you the demo of the project. So the personalization is a part of machine learning. So there what they do is they have an algorithm which will see that if this user is looking for mobile phones a lot, so they will keep showing those suggestions. So that does not come under front end or back end. It is
Ma'am.
actually a different domain, that is machine learning.
Yeah.
Or artificial intelligence.
I have
Ma'am,
two doubts.
The incident, ma'am, like actually my father was like buying a headphone, like
Okay.
it cost around 24,000, and when we were checking out a little bit more times, it priced more and it took it to
Increase.
29,000. So actually, like it shows like you need it more, and then it increases the price.
Yeah.
Then
So
okay.
that is also part of artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
It will see that, okay, this person is looking this item, they might buy it. So they will increase the price so that they will have that profit. Okay.
Yeah.
I have two doubts.
Okay.
So the front end is the user interface and the back end is the developer interface.
Yeah, you can say that.
And
Hmm.
backend is not possible with HTML or CSS. Backend has to be coded with JavaScript, right?
Yeah, JavaScript, or there are many other
Many
languages as
languages.
well for backend.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah,
You-
Python
I
is
too
also
have a doubt.
backend language.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the real programming and the coding is of backend, right? Considered in.
No, actually front end coding and back end coding are two different things. So you have front end engineers and you have back end engineers. What will front end engineers do? They will build the website, the front end of the website, which is also essential, because if there is no front end, like without HTML and CSS, you will not be able to have a website, right? If you only code the back end, how will the user see it? How will the user see the website? So
Okay.
front end is a different part, back end is a different part, and you connect those two together to build a website. If
Okay.
you build only front end, you will have a static website.
Okay.
Yes.
Any other doubts?
It means
So
that
So YouTube uses machine learning to recommend you videos.
Yes.
Yes. So all these dynamic sites uses some algorithms from machine learning to there are different functions for them, like showing the same category of YouTube videos that you search often. So these are some of the logics that they use, and for that they use artificial intelligence or machine learning.
How is deep learning different from machine learning?
Okay, let's do one thing. We'll keep a Q&A section at the end. Since we need to also teach you the entire coding. So whatever questions you have, we will explain it to you at the end. Is that fine?
Either you can put
Yeah,
it in the
yeah.
chat box and we will look at it at the last, or
Yeah.
you can manually turn on the voice and speak also. Whatever is is for you.
Yeah, we'll keep the Q&A at the end. So you can type your questions in the chat box, right?
Yeah, so the machine learning, deep learning related concepts, we'll cover them at the end. If you have any questions regarding front end versus back end, then you can ask them right now.
so the actual code work in the back end and the result are shown in the front end.
Yeah,
No,
right.
no. Wait, see. They are different domains. If you code a backend, you cannot get the front end code on your own. You have to code a front end separately. You have to code a backend separately. Okay.
Okay.
I think he did you mean that they're like connected right now?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
If you connect the front end part with the back end part, so if you change something in the back end, it will be shown to the front end.
Ma'am, I think so. It's like YouTube when it's it gives the right to the user or who has a channel to upload his or her video. That time they undergo checking process. Is it means it's not violating any condition of the conditions, any of the conditions. For that reason, they build any software or they do a manual checking or AI.
They use AI for that. There is no manual checking. They have an algorithm and a model that will check for certain conditions based on which there will be checking.
Yeah.
That checking a backend development.
Checking is not a backend. That is done using artificial intelligence. That is a different domain.
Yeah.
That is not related to web development.
This data management and troubleshooting is actually input output, right? It works on input output, right?
Can you elaborate your question?
Ma'am, like suppose this data management and troubleshooting, so that's a problem in the back end. So it is like input is from the back end and we get the output in the front end, right?
No, the input is given in the front end. It is processed in the back end. And if there is an issue in the back end, then it will show that there is an error. Okay, input is always given from the front end. Like when you're creating an account, the user will give the input and user can only see the front end. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And to clear more doubts on front end and back end, we'll take an example. Like, let me show you a cool trick. Like, this is Amazon site. If I go to like purchasing this item, if I choose this, let's inspect this page code. We can also inspect it from our browser by clicking on by right clicking and going to inspect section. So let me just.
And the code that we change when we click inspect only appears on this website, no, it will not appear for
Yeah.
every website.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to show.
We change the price number in inspect. Here it will
Yeah.
show the number which we add.
Yeah.
So I have seen like many videos, those hackers change it through the
Right. This is something
So
like that.
basically, when there are any hackers, and the moment we give our number or the mail ID, all the data goes or like money is debited. So is it the logic in the back end or a different part?
Ma'am, this thing is like, what will happen now if you
Now you
put
have
the zero?
added 0, but here it is not showing 0.
Yeah, it's not changing.
Let me just press enter. I didn't press enter right now. So you guys had some questions, right? So that's why I was waiting for them. Let me just change this. So you can see there are this is the price right now. If I press enter here, it changed to 0, right? $0. So this is only changing in the front end. This is my laptop, right? This is my local system. It's just changing here. But they have some separate database there where they added their prices, but we just change it in our front end. So if I just refresh this page, see, the price is back again. So this is the difference between front end. Back end is controlled by their side. Front end, I'm just changing it here on my local machine.
So if you
So
buy
if
that,
you do it 0 and buy it, so you have to give 17,499 only, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We just
When
change it
we
on
add
our
it
PC.
to cart, when we click on add to cart, they will fetch the price from the back end. Okay. And we have only changed the price on the front end.
Front
So
end.
you will have to
that
pay
we
the entire
cannot change, right? That
Yeah, you
when we
cannot
add to
change.
cart.
Yeah.
So this is the basic difference between front end and back end. Do you guys understand?
Yes.
yes,
Do you have any doubts in this part till now?
No.
Okay, so we'll be coding this static website that we just seen about Hello Jane. This website, this portfolio site, we'll be coding it now. And for coding, we'll need these basic things: a laptop. If you're joining from a laptop, if you've joined from a laptop, you can code along. And yes, anyone have any questions?
yeah, I had a doubt in the
Yes.
previous, like there was a like I have the Grammarly extension. So what happened that on a web page in the code, I see that at last there is Grammarly desktop integration. So as you change the code, the price was changed. But once I tried to change the code over there, true and false that, so still the nothing was changed.
Where did you change the code?
I had a Grammarly extension, so it had added up it. Due to that, whenever I enter a website, I do the developer tools. I see in the end of the code there is a line. It is Grammarly desktop integration, true or false. So when I change true to false or false to true, nothing happens. Generally, if it is true, then Grammarly should work, and if it is false, then it should not work.
Yes, so that is connected to the backend, right? It's not just now we seen the Amazon site, right? So we just change it from our PC side. But Grammarly is a backend, you just change it true to false. So it won't it won't work if you change it to false. That doesn't happen here. It just changes the UI. You can't instruct it to not work. Even if you
It's a
change it,
dynamic site, so it will require a backend now.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you made it to true to false, it won't stop working. It just changes in the front end part. So did you get your answer?
Okay.
Yeah. So now we'll be coding that portfolio website. And if some of you have joined from laptop, you can code along. And for that, you'll need a laptop, a good browser, whichever you are comfortable with, like Chrome or Edge or Firefox, and a text editor. For HTML, you can use Notepad. And we'll now start coding the website. For the next part, I'll hand it over to Palak.
Okay, thank you, Apurva. Okay, so firstly, I'll ask a question. Has anyone of you ever worked with HTML before?
I have.
Okay, so you know
I have.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, and CSS, does anyone of you know CSS?
Yes, ma'am, I know.
Okay, what have you built using HTML, CSS? Anyone can tell?
Ma'am, by watching YouTube videos, I built a watch on means watch like website means which can tell a time. After that, I made a like Jarvis like website in which I tell means to join this meeting, so he will join the meeting. School meetings.
Yeah, okay. Okay. So
Is
today,
GDevelop a part of HTML?
can you repeat your question?
Is GDevelop a part of HTML?
GDevelop.
Yeah.
It's not a part of HTML. It's a different technology.
Means can you code HTML over there? Because I have worked on GDevelop. When you preview something over there, at end it shows .html. So I was asking.
Okay, is it a code editor, GDevelop?
I have made 2-3 games over there.
Okay. So I am not aware of GDevelop. It might be there are so many softwares and code editors. So it might be a type of code editor. But do you get a preview over there of what you have built?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is an editor. There are many different editors. So if you do not want to install a text editor in your PC, or it can be an online or an offline editor. So what it does is you won't have to run your code on localhost. It will directly give you a preview. So it is not a language. It is used for writing code.
Ma'am, can you tell me what are extensions?
Extensions? Okay. So extensions are basically tools that we use on our browser, like someone mentioned Grammarly. So what they do is they help us work, what Grammarly does is basically it will give you grammar corrections while you are on a browser or you are using it, right? So it is it's like a plugin, like an extra feature for your browser.
Okay, and I've also heard of G Suite somewhere. So is it related to such things?
G Suite is a different thing. It's related to Google. All the apps that Google has. So based on that.
Okay.
G Suite is a premium version of Google applications, no?
Yeah. It's a premium.
Ma'am, where should we code HTML? Where is no?
Can you repeat?
Ma'am, can you tell where is Notepad situated in this?
Yeah, okay. Apurva, can you stop sharing your screen?
You can code HTML in code editors also, no?
Okay, so for Notepad, you can directly search it over here in the search bar. If you type Notepad, you will get the Notepad, okay? Has anyone of you here used VS Code?
I have.
Okay, so today I'll be teaching you how to code on VS Code.
Ma'am, Visual Studio, right?
Yeah, Visual Studio Code, yeah. And if you do not have that, you can use Notepad also. You can code HTML in any text editor. And we will also be giving you a link to an online text editor in
Where
the
is
chat
the
box.
executor, ma'am?
Can you repeat?
Ma'am, where will be the code being executed?
It will be compiled on VS Code itself, and you can check it out on localhost. I'll tell you how to check it out. You can directly click on the index.html, so it will be viewed on your browser. Okay, like you can see here. So in similar way, you will see the website over here. You do not need anything else for that. Only, even if you have only Notepad, you can build it.
Will we need to host it on GitHub?
I won't be teaching you how to host it, but you can definitely host it on GitHub. Okay. Okay. So without wasting time, let's start. First, I'll tell you the I'll just tell what HTML tags are for everyone who does not know. So HTML tags are basically the basic building block of HTML. So just like Python has a syntax, HTML also has a specific syntax that has to be followed. So here, suppose I want to write heading. So I cannot just directly write the spelling heading. I have to put it in these tags. So HTML will have opening tag and a closing tag. So what you do is you use these angular brackets. In that you write the name of the tag element. So if you want to add a heading, the heading is the tag element is called h1. And then you have to use a closing tag which will have a forward slash over here. So it will be angular bracket forward slash h1. So whenever you have to write anything, you have to make sure that it has an opening tag and a closing tag. And whatever you write in between these tags will be displayed on the browser. Does anyone have a doubt?
There is something also tag like slash, no? They like put a slash and then they write something.
I did not get your question.
Like in code, sometimes they put a slash and write something.
Which language are you talking about?
In any language, like I think it is done in any language.
Yeah, it depends on the language. Different languages have different syntax. So in some
It is called
languages,
something comment.
okay. Comment is basically something that will not be executed at all. Okay. Comment is basically for you to understand. It is like you are taking down notes. So when you write comment, so the browser or the compiler will not execute it. Okay. Okay, so did you understand HTML tags, everyone? So there are different tags. I'll be explaining tags to you as we code. So the next part is the structure of the HTML. So HTML has a specific structure to be followed. The first thing is you need the HTML tag over there. HTML tag is basically like telling the browser that we are writing an HTML file over here. So anything that is within these two tags will be considered as HTML syntax. The next is the head tag. Head tag will contain the meta information. This is information basically that is not displayed on the website. It is processed by the browser. For example, which encoding technique you are using, or what is the title of the document. So that is a part of the head tag. It will not be displayed to the user. It will only be stored by the browser. And the last part is the body tag. So body tag is like the main content. So anything that you will add within these tags will be displayed on the browser. For example, if I write this tag h1 inside this body tag, then it will be displayed on the browser. So without wasting any
heading tag is written in the head tag, no?
No, heading is not in the head tag. I told you, if you write anything in the head tag, it is not visible.
Excuse me, so where we need to click to start?
Can you repeat? Where to be?
Where do we need to click on the button so that we can start?
Yeah, you don't have to click on a button. I will tell you how you can do it. Okay.
You can open with live server, no?
You can, yeah. I'll tell you all the methods. First, we'll create a new folder. Okay, inside this, I'll open this folder in VS Code over here.
The title tag where it is written.
I'll tell you that. I'll show what the title tag does. So we have created a folder. There are two main files. One thing is index.html. Now, since it is HTML file, the file type will be .html. And the second file will be style.css. So whatever style we have to add, we will do it in style.css. And whatever main content we have to add, that will be done in index.html.
Ma'am, can you show it again?
How will we do this in Notepad? Making
In
CSS?
Notes. You simply open Notepad. Here you can type whatever you want. For example, if I write HTML, I'm not writing the entire code in Notepad. I'm just telling you, okay? So what you have to do is you have to do save as. So if I write, you have to give it an extension. You have to write index.html, okay? If you miss this extension, then it will not work. If you write index.html and click on save, then it will be saved as HTML file. So you can directly open it. Understood?
How to make CSS in that?
Same way, if you want to write CSS, then you call it style.css and you save it.
Okay.
Okay. Why we are using VS Code is because it is easier to code in VS Code. I'll tell you how to make the files again. You have created a folder. You just right click on new file and give it a name, whatever name you want. So the name, usually what we do is index.html. Instead of index, you can also write anything else like mypage.html, hello.html, or whatever you want. But usually it is written as index.html, okay?
From where will we download Visual Studio Code?
Okay, we'll put the link in the chat box. You can download Visual Studio Code from there, okay?
Ma'am, we can put like Visual Studio Code on Google and then it will show a website.
Yeah, so you will get a download of, yeah, you can use online Visual Studio Code as well, or you can download it. I think we have given the link in the chat box. Yeah, see the link is here, https://vscode.dev. So if you open it, it will open VS Code without having to download. You can see it is the same as I made. So you can click on new file. And the file type will be HTML. Okay, and you can rename it and you can work over here. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So first, this is the basic code. I'll explain this code to you. In VS Code,
showing like select a language.
Yeah, so you have to select HTML over there.
Okay. And then where we have to put index.html and style CSS.
See, I'll show you once again. When you click on new file, it will just select the language.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you click on HTML, so you can see that it has become untitled one. So you cannot see the extension over here, but it has the extension of .html. You can see the symbol over here, or at the bottom right corner, you can see HTML is written over there. Okay.
Ma'am, what about the style.css?
You can create a new file. You create a new file, select a language, you can see CSS over here. Simply CSS. So you can see hash sign over here, and at the bottom right corner, you will see CSS. Okay. Or you can use Notepad, whichever is convenient to you. So moving on to the code, the first thing is if you type HTML over here and click on enter, it will generate the initial code for you automatically. Okay, in Notepad, it will not generate it automatically. So you will have to type this on your own. But we use VS Code because it has this feature where you can it will automatically write the initial part of the code. So you can see the head tag. You can see the head tag, it will have all the meta tags. As I said that you don't really need to know what these tags do at this stage. Just understand that anything that you write within these tags is not displayed. Okay. So as I said, title is written over here. Now, if you want to see this website, you will see this go live option at the bottom of the screen. Can you see it?
Yes.
So when you click on it, it will automatically open your website over here. See. Okay.
It's not showing for me.
Have you correctly written the HTML and all? You can also right click and do open with live server.
Ma'am, how to means select the language, ma'am, because I am not able to like on the web.
On the web, which version you're using VS Code on the browser?
Yep, ma'am.
I'll show once again. You click on new file. Here you can see select a language, right? You click on it. After click on it, you will go to the bottom, you will see HTML over there. So you click on HTML. So now it is HTML. So now as I wrote, you can write directly HTML and it will generate the code for you. Okay.
Ma'am, so how to go live from the web one?
And ma'am, how to add style.css?
You can create a new file over here.
On the web, there is no option to go live.
And you can rename it from your profile. Okay, we'll be addressing the doubts at the end because we are running.
For Go Live, we have to download an extension. You can see the extension option. Can you show that? So if you search for Go Live, you will get an extension called Go Live. Then you have to install it. Then you will get that option in the bottom. Got
Yeah,
it?
it's live share.
Okay,
Live server. Yeah, live server. You can download it for the online version. Or what you can do is you can like create a file, code in that file and save that file. There is an option of saving and you can directly click on that HTML file and you'll see that on your browser.
Here you will get an option to save. So you can save it anywhere that you want.
Ma'am, can you just zoom the code, ma'am, so we can copy it?
Okay, we'll do one thing. We'll give you the code. Okay, while we are coding, we'll send the code to you as well. Okay, so
what we have to write next?
Yeah, I'll be explaining that. And if you have to open, if you cannot use live server, wherever you have saved the file, you can click on index.html and it will open up. Currently, we have not written anything, so it is blank. Okay.
Ma'am, are you sharing the code now?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Apurva, can you put the boilerplate code from VS Code? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll also be sharing the complete code to your teachers so they can send it to you at the end of the session. Okay. So now you can see, can you see what is written over here at the top tab? Document, can you see document is written?
Yes.
So here you can see on line 7, it is written document. Now, if I change it, what will happen?
At the top, it will appear what you have written.
Okay. So I made it demo website over here. So it will also change over there. Okay. Just a minute. Okay. So it has become demo website. Okay. This was about title. Now, whatever we write in the body will be displayed on the browser. Now, I changed title over here, so it is not displayed in this white section. Now, if I want a heading, which tag can I use? H1 tag, okay? So, for example, since we are building this website, I want to write, hi, I'm Jane. So, I will add it over here. So, you can see, hi, I'm Jane has been displayed, right? Did you understand this?
No, can you show it again?
See, what I want a heading, right?
You can decrease the heading by adding H2, H3 and so on, right?
Yeah, you can do that. It is, you can use any tag which you want. So now I'll show you again what I have done. You can look at line number 11 on my screen. I want a heading tag, so I will write H1. And you can see opening H1 tag and closing H1 tag, right? Currently, there is nothing on my screen because I have not written anything in this heading tag. Now, if I write, hello, I'm Jane. So you
How
can
will
see,
it get opened in the browser?
you can click on go live, or you can go wherever you have saved the file, like here it is index.html. So just double click on it.
Okay.
I'm not able to save the file.
Just press, what are you using, live server or VS
Yes.
Code installed or Notepad? What are you using?
Live server.
Yeah, so you can right click on that. Okay, hold on. When you create a file, select a language, then you right click over here. You will, after you write something over here, you will get an option to save the file.
Okay.
Now I have given a heading. Now what I want to do, I want this heading to be in the center of the page. So what I can use is, I can write, there is a tag called center tag. So if I write center over here, in the center tag, so you can see it has come at the center. Okay. Next is, I want another heading about me. So what I'll do is, here I will use a div first, because I want all these three things together. I want about me, I want this paragraph, and I want this image, right? So what I will do is, I want to put them together. So I will use a div tag. Div tag is basically like a container. So what you do in a container you will store different things together, right? So similarly, we have a div tag, which is a container. So whatever you write in the div tag, those things will be together. So now here I will use H2 tag. H2 tag means it is also a heading tag, but it will be smaller in size. I'll write about me. So you can see that the size is small, and you can see about me over here. Next, what I want this paragraph over here. Does anyone know which is the tag for paragraph?
Lorem as in how many words you want to generate.
Okay, Lorem. Okay, I'm saying which tag do we use? Like I have used H2 over here.
P1.
P tag. Yeah. For paragraph, there is only one tag, that is P tag. Okay. So in this paragraph, you can put whatever you want and it will be displayed on the website. So if I write this lorem over here, you can see that it is here as a paragraph. Any doubts till here about this code? Okay, so no doubts. Next, what I want here is, I want this image. What is the tag for image?
Image src is equal to then the link of image in quotations.
Yeah, so we have an image tag, and in that image tag, you can add image. So you can see line number 24. I'm adding image tag. Okay. So for image, what you can do, you can give any image from Google. So suppose I do src, I want image of, suppose, okay, suppose I want to add this image over here. So what I'll do is, I will do copy image address. Can you see that? So, and I will put it in src. Okay. So you can see the images over here, right? Do you understand this part?
Yes.
Ma'am, my link is not opening in the browser.
Did you click?
Ma'am, after about me, which language are you typing in?
After about me, this language.
No, ma'am, in this in the live one.
This?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, that is not a language, that is dummy text. Now, since this is a demo, right? Demo session. So if I have to write, I don't want to spend 5 minutes writing about you. So lorem ipsum is dummy text. I'll show you what is dummy text. So if you go here, you will see that lorem ipsum is simply dummy text of the printing and typesetting industry. Means this text is used whenever you are creating a sample website. Like if you don't want to add anything on your own, so you can just copy this text over here. Okay.
Excuse me, I tried to right click, but I'm not getting the option that you're getting. Means slice something was there, I'm not getting it.
Yeah, so we explained that if you're using the online editor, you can go to this extension part. That is the third option, I guess. No, the fourth option, and search for live server.
Okay.
Yeah, and download it. And if you don't want to download it right now, you can save that file, and wherever you are saving it, just double click on the index.html file to open it in the browser.
I have a doubt.
I did that. It was telling me that live server is not supported for Visual Code Studio on the web.
I think so. There are some restrictions to the web application. So you just save that file and open it from your local system for your convenience.
See,
right
what you can do is after you have written anything over here, you can just click on save.
Hello,
Okay,
Emma.
Yeah.
Yes, I had a doubt if we need to add an image that we have like saved in our computer or laptop, like how will we add that you could like from Google?
Okay, I'll explain that as well. Let me just clear one doubt first. For saving, suppose you have written everything over here. Here you will right click over here. You can see .html file. So click on save. After you click on save, you can give it index.html and save it wherever you want. Okay, like you can save it on your desktop and you can click on save. After you click on save, if you double click on the wherever you have saved it, it will open in your browser. Okay. Okay.
Ma'am, the link is not opening in the browser. What shall I do?
Which link? This vscode.dev?
No, I've written that code in Notepad, and I've
Okay.
saved it. So when I open it in Google, so nothing is visible on it. Like I've
Because
already written something, but
you copied the code which we sent in the chat box.
Yes, I copied it.
See, you did not add anything in the body tag. Now body tag is empty. Until and unless you add this part, I'll send this code to you. So after you add this code, then it will be visible. If you want, you can try this one line. This line 15, just copy this in body tag inside this and then run it.
Just ma'am, can you show the above code so that I can see where you have writing it?
Yeah, I'll just send the code in the chat box. Okay.
See, this is the body tag. Inside the body tag, you can put H1 div.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I tried to insert an image, but it is not showing it.
How did you insert the image?
I typed IMG space SRC and double quote.
Okay. Did you put equal to sign? Okay, I'll send this code in the chat box. I did not add an image yet. Okay, I'll copy the image.
Palak, I've copied it. I'll just add it to the chat box.
Did you copy it from GitHub?
Yeah, from GitHub.
Actually, that code has Bootstrap in it.
Okay. So you add it.
Yeah, I'll share it. I'm sharing the code in the chat box. Okay, this code is from the body tag. Okay, this upar wala code is different. What I've just sent what you have to add, all the new elements which I have taught. So if you copy this code and run it, you will be able to see an image as well and everything else. So if you have copied this code which I've sent, your browser window should look something like this. Is it visible in your browser?
We did not receive the code.
We didn't receive the code.
Okay. Sorry, 1 second. I'll send the entire code once again. Did you get it now?
Yes, it is in chat box, but you can move on.
Okay. So if you do this, then after you run it, you will get this. Now we will add some stylings to it. So what did I tell? How can you add styles? Which file do you have to change? CSS, okay. So you have created a style.css over there. Now suppose I want to add a background color. So how to write CSS, I'll tell you first. You use the tag element. So for example, the tag over here, which is the tag on line number 10. Can anyone see on the screen and tell?
Body.
Yeah. So what I'll do over here, I will write body, then I will put these curly brackets over here, okay? Then what do I have to change? I have to change the background color. So I will write background hyphen color, okay? Colon, and then I can put the name of the background. I can directly put the, so for example, if I want a blue background, I can type blue over here. So after I type blue over here, I have to save it. And it changes the background color.
But how to connect the two files of HTML and CSS?
Yeah. So okay, see, after you write the style.css over here, you have to add you have to reference this style sheet in this code. So you have to add a link tag. Okay. So you have to write link, then you have to put the rel is equal to style sheet. This basically tells the browser that this is a style sheet. That is, it is a CSS file. Okay. Then href, you have to put the name of the style sheet. So the name of this style sheet is style.css. So once you add that, you can see now the background color has changed. Okay. I'll send this link also, how to write this. No, just check where you have to add it. You have to add it above the title tab. Okay, is everyone clear with this?
Yes.
Okay. So now since this blue color is very bad, I will add a different color. So you can use hex code as well, or you can directly give the color name. So here I will be adding a hex code for the color. So once I save it, you can see the background has changed to a light gray color. Okay. Next, what I want to do is, this image is very big, right? And we want the image, you can see here, the image is circular. So this was a doubt which most of the students had, that we add image in HTML, what we do in CSS. So what we will do is, we have added the image using HTML, but we will style it. So I want to make it circular. So I will do that using CSS. So which tag did we use for image? Check over here which tag we have used. Image tag, img. So here I will write img bracket. What I want is, I want the border to be circle. I don't want it to be square. So I will write border radius 50%. So once I do that, you can see that it has become now circular. Okay.
I have a doubt. How do you write a comment in HTML?
For a comment in HTML, I'll tell you basically what you do is, you open a bracket, angular bracket, then you put two hyphens, sorry, you put. So this is how you add a comment. you will add an angular bracket, exclamation, 2 hyphens, then anything you write in between this will be a comment.
Actually, let me show how did you change the background color?
Yeah. So you just put this body tag over here, and then background color, you can either specify a value or you can directly give any color like inbuilt color, red or anything, or you can see the small box. If you click on it, you can change the color accordingly.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, can you scroll up that code part? Can you scroll up?
I've sent this code in the chat box. Do you want me to share it again?
No, ma'am, I've got it.
Ma'am, how to get the choice of your color?
You can add a color directly, or you can visit an online website. Like if you go to this website, like any, you can search hex code or color for HTML on Google.
No,
So it
ma'am,
will show.
I'm talking about like box, that one.
Okay, so you can see the small box over here. So you can directly just select the color you want. Like if I
Ma'am,
want
where, ma'am?
the small box over here. For that, you actually have to add some extension. Can you see that box in your VS Code? Suppose after you write background color, and if I put a red and press enter, you can see the small red box is here.
It is actually by default in VS Code. So for now, you don't have to like install any extension.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you using Notepad or are you using VS Code?
I think there was a question, Palak.
Yeah. Can you repeat the question?
How do we insert the CSS into HTML?
There is this link tag over here. You can see this. So you have to add link, href, and the name of the style sheet. Since the name of my style sheet is style.css, here I have written href is equal to style.css. Okay.
I have a doubt. Can we pick
Excuse
a
me.
custom?
Can you repeat your question?
I was asking, can you pick a custom color in CSS?
Custom color.
Yes,
Can
yes.
you give
So
that
if we-
Harifan that code in chat?
Yeah, okay, 1 second. See, you can change the value from here. You can put any value. As I told, you can get this. So whatever custom color you want, you can add it over here. You can change this part.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, can you tell me how to run this actually?
Okay, where what are you using?
Ma'am, can you share the code in chat? It's not
Ma'am,
what.
VS Editor.
Online or installed it?
Ma'am, installed.
Okay, so after you have installed it, you go to index.html. At the bottom right corner, you will see this go live option. See here at the bottom.
Okay, ma'am.
Or if that is not working, then what you can do is, so for example, my code is in demo2 folder. So if I go to this folder, you can see index.html file, right? So I will double click on it, so it will open up.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, can you
Excuse me,
show
can
how
you please share
did we
this code?
change the shape?
1 second. What was someone asking just now?
Ma'am,
Can
how
you
did we
please-
change the shape of the picture?
Shape of the image.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, which code do you want? I'll be sharing it.
The
No, ma'am.
file code.
Actually, I just want to see what.
That image code, because when I copy and paste that link, so it's coming too large.
Okay. See, it depends on the image. Apurva, can you share the code again? There was one question which I did not get.
Ma'am,
Someone.
can you share the style.css code?
Okay, I'll share the style.css. Okay.
Ma'am means show it. Ma'am,
There's one body with a background and there is image which has a border radius.
like there is a center tag in HTML.
Is there also right or left tag?
Yeah, you can add left or right tag. You can also center it using CSS. Okay, like I have used the tag over here, center tag. Instead of that, you can also do it using CSS. Okay, now
Can you show how to go to that styles.css because when I put the command, it is not working for me.
the link tag. This
Yes, ma'am,
part?
that only.
Okay. See, we are providing all the codes in the chat box. If you open you can see over here, you have image tag. The link is over here, link tag.
Ma'am, can you just like the instruction of all these things? Can you just send it to our teachers so that we can practice it afterwards also? And
Yeah, we do one thing. We'll share the recording of this meeting if it's possible. Okay, and we will also send all the code to you, all this code, whatever I have written, and we'll send you a PDF with the instruction on how you can run the file. Okay,
Ma'am, ma'am, how did you select the shape?
Select what?
The shape of the image.
Okay, you cannot select the shape. What I have done is I have added border radius 50%. If I change this to suppose 10%, so you can see the shape will change over here. Now you can see it is square and it has slightly curved edges. Can you see that?
So if I do 100%, so it will be full.
100% is like completely a very small circle. You can see it is like there is not much difference as the percentage increases. So it will be a circle.
Ma'am, what about the full circle?
Okay, I'll explain the full circle to you as well. Who had a doubt?
How I didn't understand how to connect these two files, but link one.
Okay, I'll tell you once again. What is the name of a style sheet at the top? Can you tell me what is the name?
I haven't renamed it yet.
Okay, but okay, what is the one on my screen?
Style.css.
So what I'll do in index.html, what I'll do, you have this title tag over here. Above this title tag, you will add this link tag, okay, link. We have to connect these. That means we have to link these two files. So the name of the tag is link. Then you have to write this href. Href basically means href, okay. So, and in the quotes, you will write the name of the style sheet. So my name is style.css.
How to rename the CSS one? How to rename
you can
that
right
sheet?
click, you will get rename option. If you click on rename, you can type whatever name you want. Okay.
Can you please share the HTML code?
Okay, I'll share it once again. Okay, I've shared the HTML code once again, and the CSS code is also over here at the top. Okay, so quickly let us make this image a circular image, and then we'll add some color to the heading and we'll wrap this. So now what I want to change the height and width. You can see the width of this image is more and the height is less. So I will specify that I want the width to be 300 px and I want the height also to be 300 px. You can see now the image is a circle, right? Did you understand this part? We have just changed the height and width of the image. Now this image is stretched. So what I have to do is to make it correct, I'll write object fit cover. So once I do that, you can see now the image is correctly circular. If I want this image to be in the center, which tag do I have to use? Which tag have we used over here for the heading?
Center tag.
Center. Yeah. So I can use the same tag for the image as well. I can write center. Sorry. So now the image is centered. Similarly, if I want to center these two things, what I have to do? Same thing, I have to use the center tag. So I will add the center tag. I want this heading to be centered and I want the paragraph also to be centered. So I will add the center tag over here. So now if you refresh, you will see everything is in the center. Okay. Last thing, if I want to change the color of this heading, what can I do? What is the tag that we have used for heading? We have used the H1 tag, right? Are you understanding this?
Guys, if you have any doubt, you can ask.
I think they are busy with opening their files and linking their style sheets. Okay, this is difficult. We just change the color and then I'll take the doubts, like if you are unable to open your file or anything like that.
Can you repeat how you centered the image?
The image?
Yes.
So what you have to do, you have the image tag. So before the image tag, you add opening center tag, and after the image tag, you add the closing center tag. So whatever is in.
Ma'am, I've written everything. Still, it's not visible on the Google. When I open my file, so it's not showing anything.
Can you tell how did you make? Can you tell how that you make that image circle and bring it in the center?
Yeah, okay. Let me address the first doubt and then I'll address the second doubt. For the first one, your code is not opening. Have you given it the correct file extension .html?
Yes, ma'am. Everything is right. The file opens in Google. Like when I click on it, it opens in Google, but it does not show anything.
I think there is some.
Yeah, can you check if you wrote it in the body tag or in the head tag?
Yeah, just check your code once again.
Yeah.
Like I've followed your code only. Like I've written P first, like paragraph. Then I've written everything. Then I've closed the paragraph tab and then I've entered the image, but nothing is visible now.
We'll just share this code. Just paste this code in your HTML file. Palak, can you share that?
I'm actually using Notepad, so I'm typing everything.
Okay, so there might be some issue, like I think you wrote it in the head part.
Okay, the code is in the chat box. You can see over here, I just sent it. So copy that code in your Notepad and save it correctly. I'll tell you how to save it once again. So I will open my Notepad like this. Okay, then this is my code. So I will copy that code over here. Then I will save it. So click on save as and give it index. Okay, I'll give it a different name.
I've used demo website.html.
Okay, so if you give the correct extension and save it, then you can open it. So if I go to my browser, I have this. Do you see this symbol on your file, this Chrome symbol?
Ma'am, when I play Visual Code, when I play my this one, so ma'am, it's coming like this only, ma'am. Like it's not my CSS code is not been implemented. How should I implement them both at the same time? Like I'm playing on run and debug. I'm clicking on.
Okay. If you link it, you don't have to run it separately. You just link the style sheet.
Yes, ma'am. How to do it?
You use this tag. Someone is saying anything?
No.
Okay. You, Apurva, can you send this code again?
Yeah,
this
I'll be
tag,
this.
You just write this link. Make sure that the name is correct. If your style.css, if you have made style.css, then you write style.css over here. If your file is named something else, then you write whatever the name you have written for your file. Okay. And someone had a doubt about the image. So what you do is you add border radius, then you will specify width and height, and then you write object fit cover. Okay. So this is how you can.
My image looks
Ma'am, please
elongated.
style sheet in place of style sheet. What I have to write?
In what?
In the place of style sheet, what I have to write?
This rel is equal to style sheet. Yeah, you have to keep that same. Only you have to change href, that too if you have named your file something different. If you have named your file style.css, then it should be same.
I have a doubt. Can you like send that image one?
Yeah, I have sent the image link in the code.
How to save a file?
Not the
Means after you have written the code.
Okay, one by one.
Ma'am,
Okay, please raise your hand and then I'll.
Ma'am,
tell-
actually mine is like, ma'am, can you
Wait.
show again that one thing?
What we can do, like, listen, we
Ma'am,
are
can
going
you
to send you
show href, like, where should we type that? Put
we
that.
are going to send you the code. For now, you pay attention what Palak is telling you. You see the tags and it uses. And by the end, if you have doubts, we will clear it up. For just now, like, listen to Palak, what she's really telling. And we don't worry about the code. We are going to send you anyhow, and you can run the code after the session. And yes, Palak, go.
Yeah, and do one thing. Just first understand what she's doing and then code. We'll give you 2 minutes. Just first understand it.
Okay.
Yeah, even if you don't understand any particular part or segment of the code, we can take that at the end. So whatever you have made it till now, whatever you did it correctly, just stay at that point. We will clear everything at the last.
Yeah. See, the basic point of this is that you should understand what HTML does and how you can write it. So now, since you know that if you want to write heading, you have to use H1 tag. If you want to write paragraph, you need to write a P tag. If you have understood that much, then I think you have understood most of it. As this is your first session, you will not understand anything. So if your image is not correctly circular, if your image is elongated, or if it is not getting centered, that is totally fine. If you understood how to write it, and if your code is running and you can see something on the browser, it means that you have understood it. Okay, so you can learn HTML.
Just a question, ma'am, like, can you go on the let me see. So ma'am, I put like style sheet, and then I had put like untitled one because I have not titled any.
Okay.
Still it's not working, ma'am, actually.
You have to put the name correctly, and you have to store it in the same place. If you have stored index.html in the desktop, then put the style sheet in the desktop as well. Okay, it has to be on the same place.
I have a doubt. Suppose we made a file of HTML, can we write the code of CSS in the same file only, like we can do with the help of tag?
Ma'am,
One second. To address Arnav's doubt, you can do it, but it is usually preferred that you write it in a separate file. Okay, you can also write it in the same file, but we will not be teaching that today. Okay, maybe we can conduct another session later on. Okay.
Ma'am, but actually, how to save it on desktop and how?
Okay, so let's do one thing. I think you have all understood this, so we will stop with the website here. I will tell again how to create a file and how to save it. Okay.
Can you show the style.css file?
Okay, I'll send the code. I've sent the code in the chat box, so you can get the code from the chat box. This is the style.css file. It has 10 lines. Welcome. Okay, so since most of you have doubts of it is not getting saved, it is not running, I'll show it to you one more time. So I'll show it how to save it using Notepad. Okay. So you open your Notepad. Now what I'll do is, since I've already sent the code to you in the chat box, I'll copy it exactly from there so you know that the code works. So here I have copied the code from the chat box, and I have put it over here. Now I'll do save as. I'm calling it sample.html. At the side, you can see different folders. This PC, objects, desktop, downloads. So here, make sure you select desktop. Okay, you can save it anywhere, but for your convenience, save it on desktop. Okay. After clicking on desktop over here and naming it sample.html or whatever you want, click on save. Okay. So you can see that the file is over here. So you can see sample.html. So you just double click on it. If you double click, it will open it. Okay. Any doubts now?
Ma'am, I can't see the changes actually which I have made.
What are you using?
Ma'am, VS editor offline one.
Okay, see if you have made any changes, you have to save those changes by using Control S. Okay, or you can go over your file and click on save, or you can directly put Control S. After you do that, go over here and refresh the browser.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, you have to refresh the browser after saving.
Ma'am,
Can you send the index HTML code?
Okay.
Ma'am, when we open an image and copy link address, so it comes out to be like very big. So how can we shorten it?
You can use URL shortener for that, or instead of using directly from Google, you can go to some other websites. Okay, if the URL is default, so you cannot do anything about it.
I have another doubt. Suppose we add two images in HTML, so and we want to customize both of them by using CSS. So here we only added one image, so we can write image in curly brackets.
I have saved both of them in OneDrive personal. So ma'am, how to run them at the same time at least?
You have what? You have the style.css and HTML in the same place.
Yeah, ma'am. OneDrive it's showing me OneDrive personal documents and then OneDrive personal documents.
You only run index.html, style.css will automatically run. You don't have to run it. What was the previous question about images?
Yes, so if we add two images, then how do we customize them both in CSS? Here we have only added one image, so we can write in CSS image in curly brackets. And
okay, so you can add a class over here. So for example, I will add class and give it a name. For example, I will call it image1. Okay, and suppose I copy make another image tag, and there I will call it image2. Okay, so now in style.css, what I will write here instead of this, I'll write image1. Okay, and at the start you have to add dot because you have given it a name. You are calling it image1. So put a dot over here. So when you save it, so you can see image1 has the styles, right? Border, width. So it is circular. And since I did not apply that to image2, that will be rectangular. Okay. Okay, so if everyone is done, then we will stop with the session today.
Can you share the index.html?
Okay.
And is there any way that we can check our website on or project on VS Code?
You can use live server because it is a web page, so you will open it on the browser itself. Okay.
So I've shared the feedback form in your chat, so you can fill this.
Okay, I think there is some pasting error in the chat box right now. So you can use the previous code and we will be sharing the code with your teacher so you can take the code from her, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, is your teacher here? Okay, so I think the teacher is not here. So everyone can fill the feedback form in feedback form. So we will be collecting your email IDs and phone numbers from there. And if possible, we will conduct another session to clear all your doubts. Till then, we will share the code with your teacher. You can get it from her, okay? So it was
for contact number.
Yeah, you can share your parents' contact number. So it was a great session. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you had fun in learning web development.
Yeah, and last, but I would like to
Thank
say
you, ma'am.
yes, she's not here, but she was very cooperative, and also for you guys to be being so energetic, very enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had great time here. Hope you had the same.
Yes. Do we have to fill this form now or whenever we want?
It will be good if you fill it up right now because we will be we will check the responses right now. Okay.
Okay.
But if you cannot for any reason, then you can also fill it later. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you guys. You were a wonderful audience.
If you guys want, you can turn on your camera so we can click a picture together.
Yeah.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.